They're so well behaved. They don't give me a hard time, except for this one. She likes to give me a hard time sometimes. This is just the display that I redid of my Asian looking dolls that I told you guys that I was going to redo. And so I finally had a chance to redo them. So the way that I kind of sectioned this area off is I pulled out all of the dolls that I think represent, hi Janine, that I think represent Asian ethnicities from various backgrounds. So they don't all have stereotypical Asian skin tones. Um, some of these dolls, the ones that are over on this side, are the ones that I'm considering like my full Asians. And then the ones on this side are my mixed Asians. However, she doesn't count. And that one back there, those back there are just there because I like them looking like they're like, little performers all dressed up singing. They're just a little extra. But from like here over, this section is my mixed girls. And then this section over here are my full Asians. Pretty much that's the way that I was kind of like working out in my head. I have dolls that represent like, Filipino, Cambodian, Korean, Japanese, Chinese, Indian, um, Pakistani, like different types of Asians that we're not always used to even thinking of when we think Asian people. They're very underrepresented, different parts of Asia, Thai, Malaysian, Indonesian. There's so many different variants of Asian people that are out there that are just not represented. And then, especially living here in the West Coast, I see so many of the people around me that look like variants of these kinds of skin tones and features and body types. So I love seeing the diversity and breaking stereotypes. Hence, Broken Dolly TV. We like breaking stereotypes over here. We like breaking notions of what is the norm. You don't have to always be doing what everyone else is doing and fit in with what everyone else is expecting of you to get fulfillment in life. That's not, people stress themselves out trying to fit in with everybody, and it's not meant for everyone to fit in with everyone else. I don't know why we do this. Why do we want to be like everyone else? Why do we strive so hard to be normal? It's like, that's boring. Don't you want to just be you? Like, I don't get that. I don't understand that. I have Asperger's, so maybe that's why I don't really look at things this way. But I've never been the kind of person that felt like I need to blend in with everyone. And I never respected other people forcing themselves to blend in with everyone. Just be you. So that's what I like to represent with my collection. Everyone can be themselves without it taking away from anyone else. And that's what I wanted to explore with this display, doing my Asian faces. Now, this, of course, is not every single doll I own that have Asian features. These are just the ones that I felt like I wanted to put on display, and just to kind of get an idea of what my Asian representation of my collection even looks like. So I thought this was an interesting thing to do. I tried to keep the color schemes around like blacks and a little splash of color like purple, teal, and the metallics. So the Barbie Looks dolls and the original clothes that they come in, they already blend in with my display. So it is what it is. But now we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to take you guys into another room, and we're going to take a look at some stuff that I got today. So we're going to come over here, and before we get all into it, actually, let me just do this right quick. Here we go. Yeah, let's say hi. Hi, everybody. Leave comments. Let me know who's up in her, because I'm bad at multitasking. And as I was setting my little station up, I was like, let's see how long it takes before I knock something over, before I trip over something, before I break something. I know that's gonna happen, so it is what it is. But y'all know how we do when we do live. So we're gonna take a look at some of these dolls. I live in a rainy region. My lighting here is like iffy. It's rainy today. I have my windows open, but my apartment is not that well lit. So because the dolls that I'm working with here have very dark skin tones, I'm going to try my best to show you guys what I can show you guys with the lighting that I'm working with. But if you have a hard time seeing something, just let me know. I'll try to I can move into a different room with the stuff if it's harder for you guys to see details that you want to see. Pamsy Horror, hi, I made it to the right live. I'm Cambodian Thai and Lao, so I am loving these dolls right now. Yeah, absolutely. And that's another thing too that I run into a lot. Mixed Asians, Asians who are mixed with other Asians. Like I'm a mixed Asian, but I'm mixed with American. There's so many Asians that are mixed with other kinds of Asians, and you would never know it from looking at them. I saw a lady at the mall who I was trying to guess what she was, and I was like, is she Filipino? Filipino was the closest that I could get, but I still, something about the way she looked, I knew it wasn't quite right? So finally, because me and Adonis were sitting there trying to figure it out, right? She had all these kids with her. We were like, what are those kids? We were trying to figure out what she might be. Because she had really, different features, but you could tell she was Asian. And then when I walked up to her, I was like, yo, I was just wondering, what are you? I was like, are you Filipino? And she was like, nah, mixed. She was Filipina, half Filipino. I was right. And the other half was Cambodian. And she looked so unusual, but she was really pretty. So I love that. I love seeing how different mixtures of genes, like what the kids turn out looking like and how we end up looking when we grow up, because it's so predictable when you're only one race. You know what I'm saying? It's more predictable what your features are going to look like. So I always think it's really incredible. But even mixed Asian people, even amongst the Asians, when they mix, their kids don't always turn out with specific features. It'll be some blend of different features that you might not even been thinking about, because a lot of people who aren't Asian, they just group us all in together and they're like, they all look alike. Chinese, Japanese is all the same thing. No, it's not. A Pakistani Asian person and a Chinese Asian person, they don't look like each other, you know? But anyway, so that's what we're going to get into. Let me show you guys what I'm working with. Okay, and we are on a time schedule here because I got some things to do. Well, see, I did it already. I kicked myself out of my own live, you guys. I just did it. All right. Here we go with the shenanigans. All right, so let's see what we can see here. So as you guys can see, I do have a Barbie Looks doll here. This is a Barbie Looks model number 10. And she just arrived 30 minutes ago. So we're going to explore. Now, I have a doll that I need to rebody one of these dolls onto. And of the dolls that I have here, which I ordered all of mine on Amazon, I was really skeptical when I ordered it because I was like, okay, Amazon, show you right. Yeah, you going to send the dolls. Okay. And we already know the fiasco with the first, wave of dolls and how difficult it was for people to get a hold of these freaking dolls, right? So when I ordered on Amazon, I was very skeptical. I had no expectation whatsoever that the order would be fulfilled. I was expecting for them to cancel the order on me or postpone it. That's what they like to do. They don't just straight up cancel it, but they will postpone it and be like, yeah, we're going to change the shipping date to July 28th. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I thought they were going to do. But surprisingly, they actually sent me a message saying, hey, your shipping date has moved up. So I was like, oh, word? You know what I mean? Yeah, so I didn't believe it until I saw it, till I took them out the box. I didn't want to bore you guys with my box opening, so I just removed them from the box so you don't have to waste your time looking at that. But this one is the one I'm going to keep like this, and I'm going to remove her head because I think she has a wonky eye. So I'm going to remove her head and use her as a body donor. And I also have some of these mini fashion packs I'm going to open. This is the first time I was able to actually find one of these in the store. And I have been stalking Target for the longest and could not find one. And then yesterday when I was at Walmart, I was like, stop playing. It wasn't even in a section where all the other things like this are at. It was in some random section. And I was like, really, Walmart? So I stashed the other ones away in a more randomer section so I can go back and get them. But at the time, I was in a rush, so I was like, I'm just going to get two. So I got these two. We're going to open them together. I have never opened these. I don't know anything about these things. I just see what you guys have shown online yourselves, other collectors, and that's as much information as I have on the mini fashions. I don't know if I'm going to like them or what. I don't know what to expect, okay? But anyway, This girl, oh my goodness, she is, man, I have mixed feelings about this doll. I gotta give a shout out, and Adonis expressly told me to do this shout out, but I was already gonna give this shout out to Barbie's GBF. Please go and check out his channel because he be really, really like telling you what it is like it is. You know what I'm saying? He's not sugarcoating nothing he's saying. He will tell you the truth about his opinion on whatever it is his opinion is on. And I happened to be watching his review of this doll yesterday, and I was like, bruh, like everything you're saying, amen, amen, amen. I feel the exact same way. You know what I'm saying? So if you hear me saying anything that sounds like a repeat of something you heard over there, that's why, because we have very similar tastes and opinions about some of the things going on with the dolls in the doll community. But anywho's in. So yeah, so this doll, she is absolutely on a tall made to move body, and that's pretty exciting to me because I'm not a fan of the tall body type in general. I'm not just like, that's not my favorite of the body types. Of the 4 available, my 2 favorites are the curvy and the petite dolls. Interchangeably, I think I like them both for different reasons. I'm not comparing them to each other. So I like them the most, and then the original next, and then the tall is actually the one I like the least. But on this skin tone, the reason why I like this tall body so much is because a lot of the dolls that people own that come with this skin tone already, um prior to fashionistas, they were collector type dolls, right? So they were a little bit more high end, and those dolls have the kinds of face ups that remind me more of like the glam luxury style that Integrity Toys dolls are painted with. And those Integrity Toys dolls happen to be on very model-esque body types, and they're very tall. So when you have the Integrity Toys dolls in your collection, you'll see that they're much taller than your Barbie dolls, or at least it seems like they're much taller. They're only like an inch taller, but it still makes a difference. And having this skin tone and this height, I think it's a very seamless transition if you're trying to rebody some of your dolls that have the skin tone to put them on a taller body, because it'll make them look more like a model, I guess, if that's the word I'm trying to go with. So that's why I like this skin tone with this height. Like the combination of the two, I think just goes really good together, knowing that a lot of the faces that are going to end up on these bodies are, you know, modelly looking faces. I feel like I want to switch where I'm at because I don't like the glare from the window. Maybe I should close the window. Hang on a second, guys. Hang on. This is what happens when you stream live. Is it better? Let's see. Let me see. Oh, it's a little bit better. It's a little better. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So, and then her hair is very soft. It's very silky. It's very good quality saran, what we're used to. The kind of saran hair we would normally be comparing any of our Barbie doll hair to for quality. And I do think that it'll probably look a lot better when it's been like actually straightened so that it's flat. Because right now it still has some like frizz and fluffiness because it's been inside the box. But I think the hairstyle is a good look on her. It's very sleek and it's not too distracting, which is great because a doll with this kind of skin tone, like you really have to enjoy the doll for this deep chocolate skin tone that she has, because they're so rare. This skin tone is not, guys, we already knew. How long have we been waiting for a body, anybody, not even a made to move body, just anybody with articulation that we can put these skin toned heads onto? We have not had that ever. We don't have any. And another thing, you know, Barbie GBF on his channel, he shows you his doll June, who has this doll right here. So this doll is his kind of like channel mascot, and he ended up having to rebody her onto Kiki a Days, is that the name of the doll? By Integrity Toys, who has the skin tone, and she looked amazing on that body, but the body's like $100, bruh. So if you damage that body, or if you can't afford to be just dropping $100 on a body, You're just using the body. I'm not even talking about the whole doll. You got it like that to be dropping $100 on a body. Most of us don't and aren't. That we're not going to. Even if we have it, we're not going to. You know what I'm saying? But that's how much he liked this doll, that he was willing to invest a good chunk of money just to give her some articulation so that he can bring her to life. And this doll makes it possible for you to do that at a fraction of the cost. I was actually right on that road with him looking to buy that body. And at the time when that body was available through Integrity's website, I don't know what was going on exactly, but I was kind of putting it off. I didn't want to spend the money at that time because I was like, dang, $100. I could get like 5 other dolls with articulation for that price. You know what I'm saying? Is it really that serious? But I knew eventually I would end up doing it because I did want to be able to display my doll. And I have her on a modified body that I did myself. But see how it's cracking? And you can see that the body underneath is a Caucasian skin tone. So if I had done this with like the darkest skin tone available at the time, which is this skin tone here. Hold on, one thing at a time. If I had done this custom with this kind of skin tone originally, then I probably could still use this body even with the cracks. You feel me? Because it's just going to be another shade of brown under here. So it won't be so obvious. However, I didn't end up doing that. I did it on this body for whatever reason. I think I was doing it on this body because I didn't need this body for anything anyway. So I felt like if I mess it up, it's going to be okay because I'm not going to miss this body. But I didn't mess it up. It took months before it started to crack like this. You see what I'm saying? So that's too much hassle. I cannot display my doll the way that I want to display her on that body because of those blemishes. So this model number 10, she makes it possible for us to do that without worrying about all of that. And honestly, I wouldn't have even had to do this if we even had just general articulated bodies in that skin tone available so that I could give her a body. You understand what I'm saying? So that's where we're at. Now, some things that I'm noticing about this doll. Let me bring her a little bit closer up here. Hello. You know what else, you guys? Hold on a second. I think I have another. I feel like, oh, I do. Ow, chisel. That hurts. Ow. Ugh. Why do I always do this? I swear. See, I knew I was going to do this. Didn't I say? It's not going to take me long before I trip over something, break something, something falls. It won't be long. No worries. Here we go. All right, let's see if that helps. A little bit. All right. All right, where were we? God, she's really pretty. Oh, my goodness. Girl! What is the name of this sculpt? Wow. Oh, you guys. We got to talk about that too. This morning I looked on Mattel Creations' website. They have a countdown that they started, which I don't know why they didn't do this the first wave. Totally should have done it like that the first wave. There's a countdown on there that they started for their 24 hours to go before the launch of this rest of the series. So yes, Amazon has some, earlier listings. If you got lucky and you found the listings on Amazon for $20, then of course, if they're going to end up sending you the doll, that's worth it to do. And some of us got our dolls like that. But if you want to get them officially, then go stalk their website and wait for that countdown to go down so you can order your dolls straight off of Mattel's website, $20 a piece. And then you just have to pay for your shipping at one time. So usually shipping over there starts at $7, which takes forever for it to get to you. And then $25 for the next tier up, which is like 3 to 4 day shipping, which is just standard USPS time. Because they use FedEx, they can get away with doing that. But anyway, I'm just giving you guys that information if that helps anybody to budget or figure out what they can afford to get in a short span of time. Because this is probably going to be one of those launches where people who know, they're going to be over there. They're going to be over there. They're going to try to get as many as they can get because these dolls are usually backups for body donors. And it is what it is. You feel me? So you can't get mad because other people figured out loopholes and figured out strategies to attain what they're trying to get in their doll collections and they went hard body. You can't be mad because some of these people, everybody's not rich. You know what I'm saying? Some people have a straight up doll budget where they'll take money out of their paychecks every week and literally stash it just for dolls, or they'll do side jobs like doing reroutings and repaintings and customizings and making clothes and selling stuff on eBay and Etsy so that they can fund their doll collection. You see? So they're spending their hard-earned money on this stuff. Mattel's not giving it to people for free. I have never been sponsored by Mattel. I ain't got one thing from Mattel for free. So whatever you see these people, you know, getting, you can't really get upset. I know we have this this like unofficial, you know, ethic within the doll community about doll hoarding. I understand that, but at the same time, fair is fair. If you're not doing what you got to do to get your hands on the dolls that you want, you can't get upset because other people are just figuring out ways to do that. You see what I'm saying? Can't get upset. If they're doing something unfair, then I see what you guys are talking about. But if they got it legit square fair, right? They didn't cheat nobody. They didn't do no weird stuff. They didn't do no fraud. They're not tricking anybody. If they just went and ordered the dolls and they just happened to get there on time and they had the money for it, how can you be upset? You understand what I'm saying? So I'm giving you guys that advantage. Don't say nobody didn't tell you. If you watched this stream or if you're paying attention, you know that Mattel Creations has a countdown over there and you can go and look at it. If you don't believe me, go look at it. It's right on their front page. Keep track of the countdown. Make a alarm in your phone, whatever you need to do. If you got to wake up in the middle of the night in your region to order those dolls, then that's just what you're going to have to do. Don't be upset because other people did that. You know, there's people that stand in lines outside of stores for hours when like the latest Jordan sneaker drops and they get their hands on them Jordans. You can't be mad because you came in the next day and you're like, oh, they're sold out already. Hello? There's high demand and not enough product to go around. And people are coming in buying 2 and 3 and 4 pairs at a time because they already prepared themselves for that. You see what I mean? So I know some people don't want to hear me saying that, but I mean, I got to keep it real. I can't be fake with you guys because I'm saying that for myself as well. There were times in the past where I felt like that. I felt like that's not fair. How come you have 10 of those and I have none? There was a time when I felt like that, but then I realized I'm not even doing everything I can do to get my hands on the dolls that I want. So I can't be mad because these people are taking time out of their day to do all of that. I can't be mad at them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, get your hustle on. If you could do it, I could do it. That's how I'm looking at it now. You feel me? So Janine said, I'm still missing model number 1 for the first wave of Barbie signature looks. Oh, word. Okay. Some of you guys already know Barbie GBF, so that's what's up. Go over there, say hi to him next time you guys watch one of his videos. Tell him I said hi. Let's see. I feel like the tall Barbie is pretty authentic to a lot of African models. Oh, yes. If only we could get a fully articulated hero and heroine body, says Minnie G. Hi, Alex. I made another live. Yes, you did. Absolutely. And I'm so happy that you did. Delicious said, hey, no dancing in this live. Man, I was thinking about it and I was like, you know, I already have so much going on, trying to set everything up, trying not to trip over myself. And I don't want to cut into my time because I have a limited amount of time to talk to you guys. So I was like, let me, however, I do have, I got my music queued up though. You feel me? Uh-huh. What? Yeah. Okay, well, we're not going to go there right now. We're going to save that for when we need that. All right. Let's see. Florida Fox said, use it as if it's a Lego Barbie. Yeah, it can still be used. It can still be used. I just didn't want to use it for this doll because I have a, you know, I have a look in mind for her that I wanted to go with. And this was distracting from it for me, you know. Oh, okay. Hey, Janine, what doll did you end up getting other than the one you were going to get that was a body donor for Integrity? Jay said, I could care less about the Integrity body because while I love it, dolls, those bodies appear weird to me. Example, long or daddy long legs. I can't with those legs, but love the faces and fashions. Yeah, I think the Integrity Toys bodies are not what we're used to when it comes to doll bodies. Those of us who kind of started off with Barbies, it takes some getting used to with their limbs and the way that their like body parts are shaped. But I think that's more for like an artistic aesthetic, so I don't really pay it any mind. Also, with the Integrity Toy dolls that I have, a lot of times I end up dressing them in clothes that cover up most of their joints, so it doesn't really distract me, but I do think they look really elegant compared to like a typical Barbie doll looks. They're definitely not like playline, you know what I mean? They don't have that feel of like you can just kind of like, do all of this. You can't do that with the Integrity. You can, but it don't feel right when you handle them that way. You want to just kind of be like, okay, let me just let you down right here. Don't move. Don't move. Okay, good. Yep, don't move. Oh shoot, wait, hold on a second. That's what you that's what you be on with them Integrity Toy dolls. You cannot handle them the way you would handle a Barbie. Let's see. Selma looks cute and curvy. I hope I would have bought her when she's available. This is the original, the Selma doll from the Harlem Theater collection. Oh, darn it. And this Selma is one of my favorite face sculpts. The version of her that I really, really want, the one that I think is like my favorite version I've ever seen, is not available to the public, of course. Thank you, Mattel. It is the one from the Marnie Stenofonte line that has the braids, the big chunky dookie braids, and they're like real long braids that come like way past her chest. That version, that's the version I fell in love with. If we could duplicate that look or like something like that, I would be so happy. But every other Selma I've seen since that one, I also liked. So that's why I ended up getting this one, because I was like, well, she's if I can only have one and I can't have that one, I'll be okay with this one, So that's basically what it was. But I just love the sculpt. I love her lips. The lips are just so juicy. And I brought her out just so I can show you guys. There is a difference in their skin tone. This was the darkest skin tone that we had available for a while. But in a Made to Move skin tone, I mean. But now it's this one. And that's the one that a lot of people have been waiting for. Kind of the same with like the Texas A&M Ken, the black version. Everybody wants that Ken's skin tone, which is like a grace skin tone, in the male Made to Move bodies. But we haven't seen that just yet. I pray and I hopes and I wish and I will that it happens. So let's keep bugging Mattel for that, y'all. But they finally listened to us and gave us this dark, deep, chocolatey tone. So amen, Bill Greening. Thank you very much. Let's see. What else? Strange Toy Box. Hey, what's up? IT bodies definitely have extreme proportions. Lauren said normal overrated quotes from Halloween Town Disney Channel TV movie from 90s. Does Mattel ship to the Philippines? That's a good question. I don't really know. I don't know. There are tons of Filipino people that I know of who have Barbies and have like even channels online that they're showcasing their dolls on. I imagine they're getting them from somewhere, but I don't know if they're ordering them directly from Mattel. That I don't know. Oh, so yeah, so the launch date is basically like officially like tomorrow, I think, or maybe it's the next day. Because this morning it said 24 hours until the countdown was over. And June 11th is my birthday. Isn't this perfect, you guys? Oh my God. Like Adonis was like, what do you want for your birthday? Like a week ago. And I was like, I don't really want anything in particular. I just want to have a nice day. I just want to spend time with people that I love. That was me trying to give him a hint to take the day off. I don't know if it's going to work. But now that he can just appease me with these dolls instead, I might be okay with him working on my birthday. I don't know. I think about it. Anyways, so if I can get my hands on these damn dolls, like really, for real, I will be so happy because I don't even need all three of them at this stage. I just need the other two. So I'll be so happy if I can add those dolls. I really pray that this rumor that the Barbie looks wave is now over and they're not going to make any more of these. I hope that's a horrible rumor that is not true and that it's a lie from the devil. That's what I'm hoping. But because I'm not a Mattel reacher, I can't just hang on to that. I have to prepare myself mentally and emotionally to deal with the fact that we may never see this line again. And if we don't, then I'm happy that I'll be able to say, once I have the other two dolls, that I have completed this collection, and it's a collection that I was really into and I really liked everything about it. But I hope if that rumor is true, that the other designers at Barbie and even the designer who made this line, that they will use this as a model for how to, how to present dolls to us adult collectors, that we will support 100%, no problem. You feel me? We're not just over here complaining about stuff because we're being picky. Like, sometimes I feel like that's the vibe that we're giving off in this community when we complain about the things that we don't like or the things that we want that Mattel just won't give to us. So I hope that's not what it is. Like, the reality of it is we're complaining because we really actually want this stuff, and it will help us to enjoy our collections better and stay loyal to the brand. How exciting was it for Barbie GBF as a fan of Barbie? I mean, his literal YouTube channel name is Barbie's gay best friend. Hello. So how exciting for him to be able to stick with the brand and keep his Barbie's head, his favorite Barbie's head, on a Barbie body that's doing all the things he needs it to do. Gladly, he's going to spend the money on the products. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, Mattel, that's not hard to understand. Y'all know what it is. You guys have been in business for however many years. You have teams of people in marketing. Y'all know what it is. When they don't give us what we want, they just don't want to be bothered. That's just all it is. When they feel like being bothered, lickety split, no time it does it take for them to just give us what we want. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, so Janine also reminding us that the new Barbie Rewind dolls are also available on Amazon now. They are, and I did go to the listing to check it out. On my app, the doll was listed at like $70. I was like, no, Amazon, a hell to the no. If you go to Mattel's website, they're only $40 over there, which is the original price. And based on the trend that I'm looking at from the previous wave, it's very likely that the two that are released now, they will also go down in price later on, and that you'll be able to get them on Walmart, Amazon, and even Mattel directly for like $20. So don't fret if you're not able to add that doll to your collection at a reasonable price, because I feel like retail is the most you should be paying for dolls that just came out recently, and there's not a high likelihood that the dolls are going to get sold out or be like super extra crazy popular, Let's see, Jay said, I have friends that are purchasing 2 or 4. Florida Fox use the body as a Lego Barbie. Surprising how many people are only buying just for the bodies. Mattel should market the bodies. I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you. And this is the kind of stuff, this is what I'm talking about. They know that already. They know that if they just produce bodies, we will buy them in an array of skin tones. They know this. They already know. I'm sure that this line was produced with that in mind. They knew that we were going to be used. That's why they're only $20. That's why all of the face sculpts are brand new sculpts, because it gives you an excuse to buy multiple sets of the dolls. If they're giving you brand new head sculpts, you can't get them except for in this line, at least for right now. And on top of that, there are all these different skin tones and body types. And on top of that, you can afford more than one of them because they're only $20. So naturally, based on how we, I was about to say us doll hoarders, no, us doll collectors, the way that the trend with which we spend our money on dolls, the way that we collect, there's a pattern here. You feel me? And these people who are making these dolls, some of them, they themselves are collectors. So they know how we think, they know what it is. But they're going to do what their company allows them to do. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that we were put into consideration as far as the way that we collect when they created this line. And that's why I'm so disappointed at the thought of seeing it go. Man, Mattel, what are y'all doing? Model number 10 looks stunning. It's kind of hard to use her as a body donor. Yeah, that's why you got to get more than one, bruh. You got to get more than one, right? Let's see. Some people get seriously angry if one shares that the doll was purchased from scalpers on eBay, Etsy. I'm like, hey, it's their money. Yeah, I think I only get upset about the scalpers having the audacity to sell the dolls in that manner, but I never can really down anybody who spends the money on the scalpers products, because usually the people who end up spending the exorbitant amounts of money on that stuff, they're either people that are living in regions where they know damn well no chance in heaven or hell they're gonna end up seeing those dolls at a retail price or in a retail store. They just won't get their hands on those dolls any other way. So they'll make the sacrifice and buy those dolls at the ridiculous prices, or they're in other countries where they will not be able to get those dolls shipped to them, even if they could afford to pay retail price on a website. The website itself is just not shipping to them. So eBay sellers typically who do that, they'll ship worldwide. So I understand the justification on the part of the collector who's spending the money on those dolls. And now this is different than dolls that are exorbitant prices because they're completely sold out. They are outdated and they'll never be reproduced. And or they're like celebrity dolls or some kind of pop, culture representing type of a doll where it's nostalgic, that have some kind of like meaning behind the doll. I can see why even not even just scalpers, just people who even have the dolls in their own collection, they're gonna charge more money for those dolls because of the value in the rarity of the doll. But something like Barbie Rewind, like that just came out yesterday. Why is it $70 on Amazon? You just doing the most. Like, what are you doing? You see what like that? I don't get that. So scalpers who do that, to me, that's crazy. That's ridiculous. That's totally unfair. But they're not usually doll collectors that even do that. So you can't really, you know what I'm saying? That animosity should never be directed towards other collectors, even if they are collectors who end up listing their own dolls for higher prices or sell or buying dolls from other people that are at these ridiculous prices. I can't really, direct it at them because there's justification on their end for why they're doing that. You know what I'm saying? They're not just being greedy, if that makes sense. I love how you styled your Selma. Super cute. Perfect look for summer. Temperance Lo Scrittore. I don't know if I'm even saying your name right. Hey, what's up? You don't look like a familiar avatar, so welcome if you haven't been here before. I know some people that have placed IT doll heads on new looks. Chocolate body. I think Froggy introduced the idea of IT on MTM body. That version of Selma have a face similar to the Puma AA doll. Yeah, this one, right? This one is very similar to the Puma doll. And I miss the Puma doll, So, again, see, Puma, that's one of those dolls. And if you missed it, you can't get mad if they sell them for $100, $200 somewhere, because it's one of those things where it's rare. And Selma's head sculpt itself is very rare. So, you're not going to find... That's another thing, too, you guys. Like, why are you selling a Millie doll for $100? Like, the Barbie style, that whole... line to me makes no sense. No sense at all. It's a couple of extra outfits and like a Made to Move body, which I always, Made to Move for me, the standard in my head is $15. That's a good starting price because the originals were 15. So if you come in with more than that, better head sculpt, more clothes, shoes, then I can see how you would be able to charge a little bit more than 15. But that series to me is bonkers because where is it worth $100? Give me a better head sculpt than this. You just give me a bunch of head sculpts I can get on Fashionistas. You cannot be doing that. That's insane. I don't know why people aren't outrageous about that, but they worried about what scalpers are doing. I'm like, bro, Mattel is trying to play us. Mattel be trying to play us all the time. And y'all not questioning them? Come on, that's crazy. People buying 3, 4 of those dolls at a time. I'm like, I could just customize a doll like that if that's all it is. Because at the end of the day, them fashions ain't worth no $100. They're just not. Maybe $50. That would be like fair. But even $70, that would be fair. That would be fair. I could see how they would be pushing it if they were saying, okay, we're charging $69.99. But $100? And the price ain't come down yet. Like, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy, Mattel. I love the integrity bodies because it's more of a fashion-forward model fashion body. I do fashion design, so I can appreciate the longer, taller body. Yeah, exactly. I think it's more like the aesthetic of it. We have like online resellers in Philippines. Oh, thank you for a happy birthday wish. Thank you. And I am already having a happy birthday. I know I'm going to have a happy birthday, so thank you. I have close friends who felt the same exact way. IT dolls are indeed not interpreted as Barbie signature, but I guess customs can become anything. Absolutely. Temperance, happy early birthday. Gypsy, June birthdays are the best. Hope you have a great day. Thank you so much. You guys, I'm like a real true crime junkie. And is it just me? If you guys watch like news reports and like crime stories over and over, I always see this pattern where like a lot of negative things happen in June. Like a person will get murdered then, the crime will occur then, they'll be planning the murder then, somebody got kidnapped then, the trial is set in June, like somebody got sentenced and they're starting their bid in June. Like June will be like a very significant month of something weird or bizarre or bad happening in the crime world. I don't know if that's a trend or like it's a coincidence or I'm just imagining it. I could just be imagining it. Jay, thanks for saying happy birthday. It's okay to be picky. It's totally okay to be picky, and you should be picky. I think it's better to be picky when it comes to your hobby and your collecting because it helps to reduce clutter, it helps to reduce waste, and it helps to reduce frivolous spending. And it helps to reduce just a space being taken up unnecessarily because at the end of the day, these dolls, they really are just plastic objects that we like to possess. And it's kind of like you ever go to somebody's house who has one too many pets? Like, you don't have like a dog and a cat, like, you have 7 dogs and like 15 cats. Like, the whole house is just literally a petting zoo. And that's not the normal environment that the average person is even comfortable being in. 1 or 2 pets is already stretching it if you're not a pet person and you go and visit this person. You know what I'm saying? But even amongst pet people, after like the second or third pet, it's kind of like, okay, that's enough for now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want to get overwhelmed up in here. We don't want to get crowded. But like excessive pets, you understand what I'm saying? They're really just there because you just like them. You just want them there. It's just your preference to have them there. It just comforts you. It's your own personal need to have all of these pets around, and that's why they're here. Like, you're not really helping nobody. The pets don't need you. They weren't a bunch of strays that came knocking on your door. Nobody gave you these animals. You just like them, so you went and got them, you know? There are some people that are like that. And like, if that makes sense to you guys as I'm depicting this imagery, that's us. That's us doll collectors to everybody else. People who don't collect dolls look at us like the people with 20 cats. What you need all these damn cats for? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, there is sometimes, we go, I feel like every collector has a phase where they go through excessiveness for whatever reason. It could be emotion based. It, like, something's going on in your life and you're kind of trying to decompress through your dolls because they're therapy for a lot of us. Or you're just starting to get greedy because you're like, I gotta have everything. I gotta have it all. I don't care. I don't care what anybody say. They're not gonna tell me I didn't have this whole entire line of fashionistas 2022. You ain't gonna play me. So your ego is making you just add all these dolls to your collection. Or you're just excited and you don't really know how to be picky. You don't know that you can be picky. You're just like, whatever, it's there. I can afford it. Let's add it, right? There's either phases, I think, that we all go through this, or some of us are just perpetually stuck in that stage for the duration of our collecting. And that's not always good for you because, like, there's so many dolls that are just going neglected in your collection. Nobody's looking at them. You just have them somewhere in your house. You don't even remember that you have some of these dolls till you pull them out. So, like, what's the point? You're just collecting a whole bunch of plastic. Why? Like, what is the function of it? You understand what I'm saying? So don't feel bad if you're a picky collector. It's good that you're picky because that means you have room to be a little less picky, a little less, choosy, a little more messy with your collection later on because your collection is pretty controlled. And people who are the opposite way, where they're like the 20 cat person, they don't really have the option of cleaning up their collection and reducing it and getting more picky as much because they're so used to just doing whatever their whim is telling them to do in the moment. Restricting themselves later becomes a little bit harder for them to do, right? Some of them can pull it off. It takes discipline. Trust me, it does take discipline. But that's why I said we go through these phases because there's times when some of us will just have moments like that for like a year and then we'll snap out of it and be like, okay, wait a minute. Ugh, what? I don't have no place to put none of these darn dolls. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Mattel won't discontinue the Barbie Looks dolls because it's one of the most successful dolls they have produced in so long. Wait, are you saying they won't discontinue or they will discontinue? Because it being successful has absolutely nothing to do with whether or not Mattel will or won't discontinue a doll series. They do whatever they want. You know, like what about Sew and Style dolls? Those dolls were popping off, but they would not let this woman continue with this project, no matter how popular the dolls were. And that's part of the reason why she ended up leaving the company, because she just didn't have the creative freedom that I think she was looking for in that job. And goodness, if you would just let these people do what they're good at. You know what I'm saying? Like Mattel. I thought y'all was trying to make money. We trying to give it to you. Can you just let us do it? Damn. If Mattel can, I don't know if Mattel can compete internationally with other doll parts companies like Obitsu. Okay, so Minnie G said that. I also recently just looked into Obitsu, and it's interesting. Let's see. Being picky means you want your money that you could not be wasted. So, me too. I'm very, very picky. Yeah, Delicious said that people stay in long lines for popcorn at downtown Chicago. The blonde Puma doll is available here in the Philippines, but the doll only I bought her, she is like $25 or less. When I mean, she's worth it. Oh yeah, well, in the Philippines, which one was $25 or less? Not the Puma doll, right? Absolutely. If I spend 50, I want the value of what I spent. If I spend 100, I want the value of 100. That's right. If I want cheap dolls, I will get cheap dolls. Absolutely. Yep. And you know what you're willing to pay for, you know? Let's see. Mattel wants us to keep buying dolls. To have a perfect one is unfair. Yeah, so that's part of the reason why I think they don't always give us what we want when we want them continually. I feel like they do it to appease us, so we'll shut up for a little while and they won't be bombarded by all of these complaints constantly. Just you know, it's just bothersome after a while. So you want to do something to make your fans happy, but it's not the didn't mean for that to happen. What time is it? Why he calling me when he know I'm doing a live? Okay. Anyway, all right. So we're almost done. Galaxy said, "Happy birthday, Gypsy. Enjoy." Thank you. I am already enjoying it. I like doing this with you guys, hanging out with you guys on here. It reminds me of my Instagram live days when we would just kick it. And that's, y'all, I don't have that in my day-to-day, and a lot of you guys don't either, because our friends don't collect. We're like the one crazy person in the group that's like, "Oh my god, did you guys see this doll that's coming out?" And the rest of your friends are looking at you like, you know, we're 48, right? You know what I'm saying? So how you open this? Huh? How you open this darn thing? I knew I should have tried to open it beforehand. I hope it wasn't something important, because I'm not trying to just ignore phone calls, but I mean, Zan, you know what it is. I think the reason why Mattel discontinued the Sew and Style doll is because it's kind of competing with Barbie IG, I guess. You know, that's what I think too, because that was one of those lines that did not require a standard Barbie character to make the cut for it to be popular. And that can be scary when you have this narrative that you are pushing and have been pushing for a long time. Let me tell you guys something really crazy that I heard the other day. So I was watching some true crime content. That's what I watch on YouTube, if you're wondering. I don't watch DollTube. Here and there I do, but DollTube for me, I'm so selective with who I watch because a lot of it's catering towards children, and I don't like those kinds of videos. I like the channels that are catering towards adults. Ooh, what's in here? Okay. So for me, what I like to watch is true crime, because that's what I'm into. And I was listening to somebody telling a story about sorry, I just got really thirsty. I started recollecting dolls this last year after giving it up in junior high and some bullying. I was lucky enough to find your channel, and I'm so glad that I did. Oh, well, welcome. This is a safe place for whoever that loves dolls. Men, women, children. It's not for children. This space is not for children. But when I say children, I mean like teenagers, young people who are into dolls. That age group that it's supposed to be taboo for you to like dolls, and those demographics where like men, gay or straight, it's very taboo for men to be into things that are supposedly meant for women only. So like it's not a safe environment for them to express themselves and their love for dolls sometimes. And actually, a straight elderly male who loves dolls is who inspired me to take my channel more seriously. I had a few videos up where I was talking about some life-size dolls that I owned, and he wrote me like an essay, like thanking me for making the videos because he has to watch them in secret because he's like, I can't let anyone know that I love dolls. Where I live in this region, if people found out that I love dolls, they would think that I was like a weirdo. They would think something was wrong with me or like I was dangerous, and I cannot be living like that. So I have to watch this content in secret just to get my fill of dolls because I can't really have them like that or display them. So he was like, "Thank you so much cuz I'm like vicariously living through your channel. I hope that you'll make more videos cuz I don't know, you know, where I can get content like this as for grown-ups." And that's what made me really look at what I was doing like, "Oh wow, I didn't even realize other people like that out there besides myself that think like this." So that was the take I was coming from, you know. But what I was gonna say about the true crime thing in a response to Dollicious saying that the Soul and Style dolls were competing with the Barbie character. Yeah, there people will do things to try to like justify their weird ideologies. Like there was a cult where the cult leaders was teaching the people in the cult, and this is all Bible based. They're like basing it off of Christian belief systems. Ugh. Where they were basically trying to say that black people were always meant to be slaves and that that is their role in humanity and they should feel lucky and happy that they were enslaved because that's how the world got to know how awesome black people are. Like the weirdest toxic, strange, manipulative, crazy ideology to explain their superiority complex. And if you were part of their cult and you were black, then you were somehow exempt from this notion that you were beneath the white people. But anyone else outside of their cult who was black, they would say, oh, those people were supposed to be enslaved and they're just lost because there's no white person like running their life right now. What? What's even crazier is they had followers. That's the crazy part. Not that they said that you believe that? Wow. Like you really need to reset your mind. Do you understand what I'm saying? So don't think because it's a and this cult, they had businesses. They had like cafes all over the United States where they were working their cult members and for free, like slaves. And these people were willing and happy to go and work there for free and contribute to their, you know, community by doing this. And they were justifying what they were doing. If you go to North Korea and you talk to the people who live in North Korea, in the conditions they are living in, they actually believe the propaganda that their government tells them, and they think everybody who's not a North Korean is out to get them. They're the devil. They're trying to kill them. They're their enemies, and that like everyone hates them. Like that's what they believe. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all, manipulation and mind control and pushing agendas and propaganda on people, it's done in so many different ways in society. It's not just politicians doing that stuff, you know. It's everywhere. It's in corporations, it's in the way our school systems work, it's in our social norms, it's in how marketing is used to shape people's ideals about things. 20 years ago, being gay was like the worst thing you could be doing. People were getting beat up on the street for even a rumor that they might be gay. 20 years later, nothing's changed. There's not more or less gay people now than there were 20 years ago, but it's more accepted now. It's more openly talked about now because propaganda and tactics and marketing has been used to soften everybody's minds about the notion of being homosexual. So our ideologies changed. You see what I'm saying? Nothing else has changed. The religions haven't changed. The ones that say that being gay is bad, that hasn't changed. People haven't changed. We're not more or less gay now than we were back then. You know what I'm saying? That hasn't changed. I'm only using this as an example because most of us can relate to this. Those of us that were born into this era, to us, people who have multiple sexual orientations, it's normal. It's not weird. It's like, oh yeah, that's my friend. They're non-binary. Like they don't even think anything of it. You know what I'm saying? To the people that came from a generation before that, it's still confusing for some of us. We're like, wait, what now? What? You identify as a who? What are you talking about? Like, what? That's an option? It's confusing because the culture that we grew up in was different. Then the generation before that, it's completely insane to them. You understand what I'm saying, guys? So no, don't think you're reading into it when you see these things going on with these companies, these toy companies. Yes, they are run by human beings. They have ideals that they believe in, that they're trying to push through their products, whether or not you want to believe that. It is what it is. Chick-fil-A doesn't open on Sundays because the owners are very devout Christians. They don't play music inside of that store that they wouldn't play around church congregation members. If you were paying attention, you would notice that stuff. And that's because that's the morals and ideals of the people that run that place. So if you are not a Christian and you are in that environment and you feeling like, wait a minute, did I just hear a song talking about Jesus? You might think you're imagining it. You might be like, nah, they wouldn't do that in a restaurant. Yes, they would. They do be doing that in that restaurant. But you don't want to believe it because you're like, why would they push their ideals on me though? I love fried chicken. Yeah, they know you love fried chicken and they're using fried chicken to push whatever their ideals are on you. So if they believe you shouldn't work on Sundays, even if you need them extra hours, you ain't coming in on Sundays, bro. It doesn't matter if you're available. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And they can do that because it's their company. I'm just saying be aware. That's what I'm saying. Just be aware of what's going on around you. Don't just blindly follow what people are saying because you just want it to be true. I am new to the channel. This is the first live stream I've been able to catch. That's what's up. Oh, I'm supposed to be opening. Guys, y'all know I got ADHD. Come on, stop playing with me now. Okay, so I see like 2 bags here. I didn't expect for there to be 2 bags. I don't know why there's 2 bags. One must be like an accessory. Yeah, like I said, I've never done this, so I don't know what to expect. What is this? What the hell is this? Yo, all right. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, boy. I don't know what that would have turned into if I had edited this. Oh, okay. We got a bunch of little schminkety schnickets. What is this? What is this? Okay, so this looks like it might be makeup or a mirror. Oh, it opens. Okay, it's foundation. Wow. I didn't expect that. What? It's got actual bristles? Oh, I am impressed. Say word. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, let me see. Oh, 좋아, 좋아. Oh, yeah, tá bom. Okay. That's so cool. What is this? Eh? Guess. What is this? Oh, is it a little thing so you can put that in there? Is that it? No, it ain't. That ain't it. That's no. I'm stupid. Here we go. This is the cap to the perfume. Come on, y'all. Y'all, can y'all stop laughing at me, please? I'm so my mom sometimes. Oh my god, that's scary. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my goodness. That is the cutest. Wow, I wonder if all this stuff will fit inside the bag. Let's see. Let's see. But like, what is this? Why do we have a sticker? Is it a sticker? Why do we have a sticker of the bag? Like, what's that for? Is it just to collect? I used to collect stickers. Did I ever tell you guys that? I used to collect stickers back in the day. Back when I was like my daughter's age. Whoa. Oh, snap. That's crazy. I was actually expecting this bag to be in here. But it's not that bag. I'm impressed. Ooh. Wow. 크다. It's big. Ooh, I can put this whole... Can I put this whole thing in here? Ooh, almost. Almost. Not quite. But I can definitely put all her little makeup items in there. Yes, you need to keep your parfum on you because you don't want to be stank while you're at work. Oh, look at this little buckle. I got to show this to my son. I wonder if he can make something like this. This is so cute. Oh my gosh, that's cute. Why do I like this so much? Y'all, I'm so mad I couldn't find these things weeks and weeks ago when all of you guys already have them. Ugh. Ugh. Why? Wow. Okay. So I paid $10 for these. Is that the standard price? Did I pay too much? Like, how much is the standard price for these things? Because I think I went online to Amazon to try and find them too, and they were like $20 on there, and I was like, brah, brah. One bag. I don't care how much fabric it was made with. It's not worth 20 mother effing dollars for my Barbie dolls. You got to be kidding me. And I just refused. I was not gonna do it. So I just waited and waited and waited to see if one of the stores would get it, and I accidentally found them yesterday at Walmart. Ain't that about a bitch? Okay. I feel like I'm not doing this right. I feel like there must be some other method of opening this that I'm just slow and I haven't figured out. Because this can't be right. Why? Who would want to do this with their kid? Like, what kid would want to do this? Is supposed to be for kids, right? Is this supposed to be for kids? Ugh, I don't want to do this. I don't like this. I don't like the way that this is. The packaging, I don't like it. This experience is not fun to me, okay? This is as frustrating as trying to pull Barbie dolls out of their packaging when they're all like zip tied down and just thread going through their hair like these freaking Barbie Look dolls were. Ugh, that's TMI. I don't need to be doing all of this. You know what I'm saying? Just be easy. I don't want to like sweat when I'm trying to open up a product. Holy moly. Florida Fox, I need Barbie to make better quality dolls. Barbie Extra and Rainbow High are the same price. Rainbow has better quality for the same price. A to the men. Thank you. That is so true. So true. It also comes with this little collector's guide. Can you find the rare mini bags? The rare ones? How do you know what's rare? Oh, these. Oh, excuse me. Whatever. I have this one. Let's see what's in this one. I'm gonna be mad if it's the same one. Can I get my money back? If it's the same, can I get my money back? Because I need it all back. Thank y'all. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, so the accessories are already different. That's a good sign. Where's my sticker? Now I want the sticker. Try to play me and not give me my sticker. Okay. Okay, I'm gone. That looks like one of these rare ones. Is it? No, it ain't. It ain't. I'm slow. Oh, but it's cute though. Maybe Jai will want the stickers because I don't have no use for it. So we have another 3 items. This is another foundation mirror. This is a teeny tiny, oh my god, my alarm is going off. That means I'm almost done here. This, what does that say? Mother effer. Oh no. Yeah, it could be interpreted that way. Anyway, so this is a little, like a little lotion or something like that. It's not squishy, it's hard, and it doesn't open. This opens, and this is a little lip gloss or whatever this is supposed to be. Makeup, obviously I don't be wearing makeup like that because I'm not recognizing these items, but they're huge though. It looks gigantic to me, like compared to the Barbie's hand. Let me see. Remishi. You stand here. This one is okay. This looks like it's a big pack. This is not like the little pack that you keep in your purse. That's like the big pack that you have inside your bathroom. This, what the heck? I don't know what she's doing where she needs this big of a... That's huge for her. You know, as something that's supposed to be going up on her face. Remishi. Come on, Isaba. See how huge it is? Next to her face? Like, it's too big. So the proportion is not quite right with this. But that's okay. It could be, you could pretend it's something else. Because it just looks like a bottle, kind of. So I'm going to throw those in that other bag for a second. Right quick. And then continue reading your comments. I do agree with you, though. Rainbow High does have really great quality. I tag on IG with... Hold on. We gotta... Guys. Oh my god, I keep kicking myself out because Adonis is calling me because I really need to leave because I have to go get my daughter. But you know what? I can probably pick up when I come back from there. So I'm gonna go because I gotta go grab my daughter from school, and he's gonna just keep calling me because I have to go get her because he's at work. Oh my gosh, this is really cute. Wow, yeah. And then I think I might be able to just come back and show you guys the rest of the things I was gonna show to you guys. But really, the only other thing I was gonna show you guys was her, and that she matches that body, obviously. But that's it. That was all I was going to show y'all. But anyways, it's a very good discussion. I really liked hearing you guys' take on everything. And those of you whose comments I might not have gotten to, I'm reading them. I just can't commentate back on them like that because of the time that I'm working with. But I do appreciate all of your opinions and thoughts on the things that we're talking about. And maybe I'll do a special stream for my birthday. I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Because I don't know if you guys want to be bothered. My birthday's on a Saturday, and that's like everybody's day to go have fun, right? So yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Don't be surprised if I end up doing it. Don't be surprised if I don't end up doing it. We don't know, because I don't have like a schedule right now as far as doing stuff with the channel. Just kind of like when things pop up that I want to discuss. Now that I figured out how to do these live streams, I like this format a little bit better than just being in front of the computer editing and just listening to myself talk, because I can interact with you guys like in real time and talk to you guys back, and you guys can talk back to me, so like I can hear your thoughts as I'm discussing things with you. And I really do like that a lot better, because I'm a people person, and I like engaging with other people and connecting. So, you know, I don't mind both ways, but this way that we're doing it right now is just working for me a lot better right now. And I'm so freaking happy that this body matches her skin tone, because girl, it is long overdue. And homie right here, like, they could probably be like related. I don't know. I think it's believable that they might be related. But she's definitely like a fierce, like the level of flyness, okay, is on another level. This one, as you guys can see, my power pair back there are still being held hostage inside of the box, because I haven't lost my threshold weight yet, but I'm only a few pounds away, so that's a good sign. And then this doll here, I was actually going to show you guys that I did reroot her. I gave her the hair that the Tamika doll comes with, and it turned out pretty good. I used every single strand of hair to fill this head because it's so much bigger than that head. But I have to do some adjustments to get her head onto a body, because the hole for the head in this doll is gigantic. But I finally finished it, so there we go. Shout out to my homie Alex, who's been inspiring me. And he reroots dolls, and he's really good at it. And like, I look at some of his pictures and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I should stop being so lazy, because it seems like he just be whipping through it, but I can't. Man, I'm too impatient. Tevin said I need to keep up on the look series, but I'm pissed they made the dark one a tall body. Yeah, so like, I know everybody doesn't like the tall body, and I don't like the tall body either. The tall body is my least favorite of all of the body types, but I really do think that it works only because the kinds of dolls that had that skin tone that Barbie had came out with, that some collectors have, that they would want articulated bodies for, they look very like statuesque. They look very, you know, artsy, and those dolls just, they translate well on tall bodies. They can totally pull it off effortlessly. So that's why I'm not too disappointed about her being on a tall body. If I want to change the Barbie look number 10 with the rock climbing work, no, it will not work. There are no other dolls that have the skin tone for a Made to Move body. If you're talking about the head, the face of the rock climbing doll is not going to work for this doll, because she is not dark enough. She's too light. She's the same complexion as this doll. This doll is a little bit lighter than that one. So there are some dolls that you can find references for that will fit that one. In fact, go to Barbie's GBF's Instagram page, and I think he actually has a chart on his Instagram where he shows a bunch of different dolls that have that skin tone, their faces, so you can see what kind of dolls are available that have that head sculpt. I mean, that have that skin tone that will match. But yeah, it's a handful of them. It's not a whole lot of them, but they're just very, they're pretty dolls that you're going to want to put on display. You know what I'm saying? They don't look like Playline dolls, a lot of them. Anyway, so I got to get out of here, you guys, because Donna's going to call me again, and then it's going to be a problem because I got to walk and it's raining. I love y'all for hanging out with me, and then come back and hang out with me again soon. And when this is published, make sure you're sharing it with your friends. You can throw it up on whatever forums or whatever you guys hang out on and link people back so they can join the conversation and add their comments underneath. And we'll see you in the next one. Have a dolly day.